after that first year, was like, okay, I'm going to stay here now. This is it for me.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, no, that's inspiring stuff.
You know, because like, if you want to make that change, you got to get out of the comfort zone to go make it. There's a good saying about the comfort zone where it says you can give somebody, you know, a regular income, countless entertainment, and all their ambitions and dreams will go out the window, because the comfort zone is where the dreams go to die.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You mentioned that you worked on a dementia project. What other projects have you worked on, or what will you be, or you have to keep that on the down low?
Oh no, well, I can reveal a few. I think yeah. So it's really cool that yeah. So I can reveal some of these sustainability projects that, again, Nottingham's got a huge amount of brilliant stuff going on. So there's been community energy projects where they're working out, okay, is it better to have one big battery for a whole community, or a battery in each house, for example? There's been one about wireless car charging called AMIC. So a fleet of cars, you know, you want to be able to charge them easily. So that's a really brilliant thing. One that launched not so far long ago was CEDI, CEDI, which is it's all about architects and built environment professionals, basically crunching the numbers about sustainability, sustainable buildings. How much does it cost to retrofit a building? How much difference does it make? Is it worth it? You know, and it's actually really important to do that. You know, to not just be vague about it, but really say, okay, well, you know, let's get specific about this. They've done amazing work to come up with all that stuff. Yeah, and yeah, just mentioned as well the Strathclyde project, which, well, frankly, it's helping people avoid having a colonoscopy, which is, you know, that's not something that everyone wants to go through. And if we can,
even when you hear the name, sometimes it hurts you just listening to that name.
it's not what we want, is it? So if someone could, for example, swallow a pill that was full of cameras, and then artificial intelligence could analyze those thousands of images to see if there's a problem, wouldn't that be cool? So yeah, that is what's happening right now. And yeah, so, and you know, some really exciting ones in the pipeline as well. So it's all happening.
Amazing. Good luck to you and everything, Gary. But which is the project that I want to say inspired you most, because you're inspired to do all of it. Which is the project that you worked on that meant the most to you, saying, I can relate to this project, you're going to hand it over to me?
Oh, that's a really good question. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Well, actually, I think the Nottingham CEDI one is, yeah, I've always been into sustainability issues. One of our other lines of work is to provide website care packages and hosting, and we're really working on sustainability with that. So making sure the hosting is sustainable, or yeah, working on renewable energy. So that's really, we're trying to look at every part of our business through the lens of sustainability. So yeah, when it comes to yeah, making sure that buildings are as sustainable as possible, because at the end of the day, they're not really at the moment. You know, if your average new build, it's, yeah, there aren't that many rules that dictate things to be really actually all that sustainable. So all this work really needs doing, and it's really important. And again, so that project is kind of came out of the discussions around Nottingham's bid to be carbon neutral in 2028, the first carbon neutral city, which is amazing. So really proud to live in Nottingham and to to do little bits to get that message out.
Very well, good luck with that, Gary. And I'll be waiting on this side of the camera to wait for that message and everything. Or you can just drop us a text message, and I'll let the team know as well.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem at all.
One last question: how did you come up with the name Pixelshrink? Because it sounds like such a cool name. It's when you hear a name you don't hear very often. It's like, in a way, when you speak to students and they say, "What do you study?" "Oh, I study artificial intelligence." It's like, that's amazing, because like you hear a course name that you've never heard before, and it takes you by surprise. That's the best thing. It's like, expect the unexpected. But how did
Absolutely. Well, it was actually, to be honest, back in the day, you didn't have all these domain name choices that you do now. You had .com, .co.uk, .org, or whatever. That was pretty much it. So finding one that was unique is a challenge. And the good thing about it now is that the shrink part of it really fits in with our sustainability, shrinking carbon emissions aim, which wasn't originally the plan. It was, I guess, there was the idea with the logo, with shrinking pixels. With your phone, the pixels getting so small that you can't see them anymore. It's sort of high-res screens and all that. That was the original idea, but yeah, obviously now with the sustainability side of things, it really fits. So it was meant to be.
It's good. It's good. I mean, they're saying that the best plans are those that are not planned ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And no, it's still, you're doing an amazing job with it. I mean, like that project that you mentioned that you're talking about dementia. Let's just, we hope the fact that it can help people who are living with that. Who are living with dementia, living with whatever illness that they have. We hope any project that you work on down the line will help people in the long run who are coping with that. Everybody has a coping mechanism, don't they? But it's glad to know that there is somebody out there who's helping provide those coping mechanisms. And again, hats off to you, Gary, for doing what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that. Obviously, hats off to the people who are really doing the work on that. But we're trying to get the word out there. And yeah, as you say, I mean, the strand that really seems to be happening at the moment is, for example, the Distinct project has just released some of its latest guidance, and a lot of it is about, well, when we did this, did we ask anyone with dementia what they actually prefer? Because the answer is no. So they've asked people, and it's like, well, actually, no, this is different to what everyone was kind of assuming, which is interesting. And also, we help. We run the website for a local charity called Trent Dementia, which is based at the Institute of Mental Health in Nottingham on the university campus, on the Jubilee campus. And yeah, and they're all about, they run events which are run by people with dementia. So, it isn't just about making events and activities for people with dementia. It's about letting them run them and asking them, what do you want to do? Let's do it then, And so this empowering aspect of it is really important, and yeah, it's really inspiring.
That's good. No, so you always got to follow in life. You always got to follow your inspiration. You got to follow your passion. You got to follow what is it that you really want to do. You don't want to be like, oh, I just want to do this for a while just so I can pay the bills. I want to do that for a while so I can get that done. But what about your own ambitions? There was a reason why they exist, for a reason. You to pursue them and turn them into what you need to do.
Mm, absolutely, absolutely. And part of working with NTU has been doing their insight discovery, which is a kind of personality test. And yeah, the whole thing that came out with me is it's working for. It's got to be something that makes a difference for me. And obviously, you could say that for any of the websites that we worked on, that they're making a difference in some way. But that's what really floats my boat. So yeah, it really makes sense.
That's good. That's good. Like I say, just keep up the great work, and we would like to have you back here again on the show down the line.
It would be an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much. Gary Morgan, again, thank you again for coming on Chat Over Coffee, and it was nice to have a coffee. And indeed, I have the fancy camera lens for a coffee. It was a gift from. Yeah, it was a gift, so it matches the persona. So.
Excellent. No, that's really nice. Yeah, as you mentioned before, I've got a little New York, it would seem, inspired mug going on here with a bit of old Kenyan coffee in there.
Yeah, just stuck with the instant coffee, not the barista style one that I usually have. But yeah, something's better than nothing, as long as it gets you through the.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Gary. Again, congrats on all your accomplishments through education, web design, the projects that you've worked. You've practically done it all. And yeah, and just keep up the great work that you're doing. And we wish you nothing but the best. And if you're ever around with the deck, give us a shout. Let's sit down and have another cup of coffee together, face to face.
Absolutely, that'll be brilliant. Yeah, I look forward to it.
All the best, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks very much, Addy.